Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ohmwrecker, and I'm gonna be doing a little vlog here for you guys while I have some Titanfall footage play out that I had captured on the last day of the beta. I am really missing this game, I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, I told you guys I would do a vlog around 75,000, and 75,000 kind of came and went so quick that it turned into a video that was meant to be published around 85,000, so we're there now. And good news is I'm on track to hit 100,000. That's going to be like the big one for me. But I'm on track to hit that, it should be by the summer. So that's really awesome. I'm really excited about that. But at the same time, I'm extremely grateful to be at 85,000 now. I owe it, obviously all to my supporters and, all of you guys that have stuck with me along the way, shared my videos with your friends and your communities and forums and websites and stuff like that. Thank you so much, guys, for everything that you've done to help my channel grow over, I think it's been now, well, like a year and a half since I started doing this as, something that was a bit more serious. And yeah, again, I owe it all, to you guys, because I couldn't have this subscriber count if it wasn't for, all of your support. And, I've also made a lot of really great friends along the way. I've gotten some help from other YouTubers, just to share, or not even share my videos, but also do collaborations with me. Obviously, there's PewDiePie. PewDiePie has done a ton for me. He is an awesome guy, and I appreciate everything he's done so much for me. Minx also. Minx has been a huge help for my channel. Not just with doing collabs with me, but also, she's introduced me to a lot of really awesome people. And has included me on a lot of collabs that she's arranged, and along the way I've gotten to meet D-Live and Entuin and Tesh and Eat My Addiction and Yami. There's just Kat and In Little Wood. I mean, there's so many people. I want to name them all because I don't want to forget anybody. But and also LD Shadow Lady. I mean, there's just so many people. I'm sure you guys have noticed. I mean, all the people showing up in our videos and stuff. Chrism, I think I mentioned Chrism, right? But these are all people that big and small. But when we get together, we have fun and we get to show you guys kind of the crazy stuff that goes on when we're playing, and yeah, just support and love and everything all around. And it's gotten me to where I'm at today. And in a lot of ways, some of the growth in the past, I'd say 4 or 5 months, has been much better than anything I've ever seen. Through a lot of these collaborations and stuff, and it's super exciting. I can't even tell you guys, how it feels. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I want to do is check to see, what new comments do I have, and who's tweeted stuff about my videos, or who's tweeted at me. And I say this all the time, and it's true, guys. I see the vast majority of the content or the feedback, sorry, that you guys send. I try to make sure that I see everything, every comment, every tweet, every email. And I'll tell you, it is really tough to get back to everybody. I try my best. There's a lot of people out there that can tell you that I try my best to try to respond to people on Twitter, as many people as I can at least. I can't get to everybody, and but what I can tell you is I see what you guys send. And once in a blue moon, somebody else will send something to me on Twitter or something, and then they'll make an implication like, oh, you probably won't see this. I see it, I do, and I really care, about what you guys have to say. Not just about my channel, but about my videos and everything. Especially, when everyone's respectful and everything, and criticism, it comes, and I take it as, I go forward and consider every bit of feedback. I consider, when it comes to the future of my channel and everything, if there's things I can do better, and I appreciate it, guys. Everything that, all the stuff you guys send me, I make sure that, you take the time to watch my videos. So at the very least, I should be able to take the time to listen to what you guys have to say. And, I really wish I had all the time in the world, because, there's so many of you guys out there that, I wish I could spend more time engaging and spend time even arranging, you know, play sessions and stuff. Like it really all comes down to time, you know, and that's the hardest part about getting bigger. You know, the larger you get, the more feedback there is, the more people that want to play games with you, and the more channels that, or not even channels, but just people have questions for you and or ask for help and, you know, stuff like that. I would do anything to be able, you know, to be able to get back to every single person on every single tweet. But I do my best, and I think that's pretty clear. You guys can see that when I'm on Twitter and stuff. That you know, that is a priority for me. And again, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much, guys, seriously, for all the support that you've lent me. It means the world to me. And I hope that, you know, the things I do with my channel and the collaborations I take part in and stuff, I hope that makes your day brighter. You know, because that in itself is one of the biggest reasons I do all of this, is for you guys. So, you know, again, you know, 85,000, I am unbelievably grateful. But, you know, again, 100,000, I can't even imagine. When I started doing this, just to see it so close, you know, it kind of reminds me of the anticipation I felt when I was, you know, trying to build up or not build up, but I was finishing my college courses, and the anticipation of getting my college degree, and it's a mix of excitement and fear and you know, just a whole bunch of different or a wide range of emotions all surrounding it. You're sitting there, and for example, with business school, I had to do a capstone class, and if I screwed up in that thing, if I, you know, if anything went wrong with that, I could have potentially not been able to graduate, you know. And in a lot of ways, with a lot of the stuff we've talked about in recent months and stuff like the MCN changes, you know, with me and Polaris and all that, and YouTube, you know, making new rules and everything. There's that also, that mix of emotions, you know. It's like I'm so close to 100,000. It's such a big milestone, it's such a big number. And, you know, what if something goes wrong? You know, it's like, again, a mix of excitement and a little bit of fear mixed in. But yeah, I wouldn't trade the position I'm in for anything at this point. You know, it's super, super exciting, and I managed to get my college degree. I managed to finish that capstone, which, by the way, was like one of the biggest pain in the asses I've ever had to deal with that class. At the end of it, we had to turn in a paper. You know, I did a full it was not just financial analysis. It was a full, like, spectrum of everything that we've studied. You know, everything from you know, the economic environment of you know, a company that we choose, to their financial data, you know, fully analyzing their annual reports. You know, a lot of boring stuff you guys probably don't want to hear about. You know, taking a look at their competitors and what their you know, their competitive advantages are and what their weaknesses are. There's something called a SWOT analysis. We had to do all that. We had to go and generate all their financial ratios, and I mean, it was a nightmare. By the end of it, I think it was like 80 to 100 something. I forget how many pages. It was unbelievable. But yeah, I managed to do it, and I'm very confident I'm gonna manage to hit that 100K mark. And man, I can't even tell you how excited I am about that. I really can't. And another thing I found out that was super cool. Actually, I found out from you know, somebody that I met at a, you know, local game shop. And, well, I should just say it's GameStop. I shouldn't call it Game Shop, but I found out that at 100K, you actually can get a silver plaque, and, you know, kind of commemorating the achievement. And, oh man, I actually looked up a video of somebody else who had posted it, and I was just like, oh god, like, I would be so proud to get that and put it up on my wall. Like, seriously, I know it sounds nerdy, but, like, yeah, I'm super pumped about that. What else I want to cover here? I do want to talk a little bit about my content, guys, because, you know, I know that I have a lot of fans who enjoy my quick looks, and there's stuff like the Hearthstone videos, and, you know, but I've also been doing a lot of multiplayer collabs. You know, there was that Assassin's Creed thing, which, let me tell you right now, I would love to get going again. I am trying to schedule it, and potentially it might be with some other people, and we'll cycle in others if, you know, when we can. But I know that D-Live has it now. I think Necroscope, oh, I forgot to mention him before. He's been an awesome dude too. But I think Necroscope has it. N-Twin might have it. I know Minx definitely has it, but I'd love to do more Assassin's Creed. Trust me, guys. Like I hear you guys telling me all the time, we want more Assassin's Creed, and I want to play more Assassin's Creed. I love that game, and you know, I hope I can get that going again. But going back to multiplayer collabs, you know, there's even been like Gmod, a lot of Gmod lately. We've been doing a lot of Rust. You know, one of the reasons for that, and you know, I hope you guys. You know, understand where I'm coming from here, but when these MCN changes were announced, there's a lot of discussion among, you know, YouTubers all around about, you know, what's safe, and the MCNs were also talking to us a bit about copyright issues and whatnot. You know, with being able to show new games, right? So you probably heard about Toll Biscuit and the Gary's incident and that Mark of the Wolf, or what, I forget the name of the Wolf game, but there are... you know, things are kind of a little bit scary right now in the world of YouTube, and part of the shift in my content, you know, has been guided by that. And I just want you guys to know that I have not forgotten about the quick looks, and I've mixed them in recently now that I've kind of been feeling a little bit more secure about things. But for a while there was a lot of fear about, you know, risks with channels, and Google was supposed to change the whole system in January, which now it's delayed. But you know, there's a lot of things that just, you know, made me feel like I wanted to avoid putting my channel at risk of things like content ID or strikes or whatever else. I didn't want to risk losing my channel over, you know, stupid stuff as these new changes happen, and as the, you know, the MCNs kind of pull back from making people, you know, where they're managed to now everyone's affiliates and stuff. So you know, that was a big reason for that. But I will be doing more quick looks. I will be doing you know, more of the guides and stuff. I just actually put one up for Titanfall here recently. So that stuff's still going to be there, guys, and I am going to continue doing multiplayer collabs for those of you guys, or for those of you guys that like those as well. And yeah, you know, everything that you guys send me, again, I keep an eye on and process it, and I know that you guys, you know, really want to see, you know, a mix of content, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I can deliver a fair amount of each. And you know, if certain things aren't for you, by all means, you know, feel free to skip it. Or if you're, you know, if you're feeling nice, you know, feel free to view it. And you know, every view counts, you know, especially when there's ad impressions on it. But it's really up to you guys at the end of the day what appeals to you. And you know, I'm fine with you guys watching whatever you like, and I will try to make content that everyone on my channel can enjoy, you know, at some point at least. So. What else did I want to talk about here? I'm just looking at, I've got a little notepad document open here just because sometimes it makes things easier, you know, just like little bullet points. So yeah, you know, the safer games are kind of the point. Another thing I do want to talk about is just the state of my channel. You know, beyond the subscriber milestone, my views are up, and things are starting to get a little bit closer to where they need to be. When I started doing YouTube, and you know, I'd switch from writing about games to making these gameplay videos and stuff, and doing my first impression series, which I call Quick Looks. When I started doing that, it was more just, you know, to kind of complement school and the situation I was in really overall. You know, YouTube was one of the things that kind of fit everything. And now, though, you know, it's starting to get to the point when it's not quite where it needs to be, but it's getting to a point when I can start to, you know, I can see a point at which I can start to view this as reliable enough income to potentially start to call this a, you know, something that's a you know, decent source of income. Now, it's still a ways away. It probably won't be here till the end of the year, or maybe even next year. But you know, again, I'm extremely grateful for where I'm at with the views going up. You know, there's obviously more ad revenue and stuff for me, and yeah, you know, for all you guys that you know, sit around and make sure that you support me by, you know, letting letting the ads trigger and stuff, and not using ad block. I really appreciate it. Obviously, I can't control you know, people using ad block, and if you use it, you know, that's your choice, and I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not going to attack you for it or say anything bad to you. You know, it's entirely up to you guys what you want to do, but do know that, you know, content creators, especially, even at my size, you know, you might say 85,000 is a lot, but oh god, did my PC almost fall asleep here? I hope not. Okay, good. It's still recording. Holy crap, that freaked me out. I thought it was gonna, like, kill my whole recording. No, but what I was gonna say is, you know, keep in mind that content creators, most of us are just kind of getting by, right? Most of us could make more money, you know, working at fast food, especially smaller channels and stuff, or working at, you know, fast food places. You know, I'm starting to get to the point when, you know, the pay is getting a little bit beyond the fast food realm, but it's still not where I need it to be to really, you know, justify this as a prime source of income and everything. So when you do things like whitelist YouTube and stuff, that does obviously mean a ton to content creators like myself, and I hope you guys keep that in mind. Again, at the end of the day, though, I can't control what you guys do, and it's ultimately your choice, but thank you guys regardless for everything you do, once again, whether it's, you know, letting the ads run or sharing the videos with your friend. Everything that you guys have done for me has just been huge. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I would love a year from now to be able to proudly, you know, tell people, hey, you know what? This is my job. This is my prime source of income. This is, you know, this supports me. You know, I'm able to comfortably pay bills, and you know, and all the time that's spent making these videos and stuff. You know, it's rewarded. You know, well, because, you know, ultimately when you're small, it's really not, and that's why a lot of people quit. A lot of people quit YouTube because it's you know, it doesn't really pay well. You know, when you're small and you're trying to get built. Most people spend their first year or two barely getting by, if that. You know, it can be really tough, and it can be really discouraging, and it can get a lot of people to quit. You know, quit what they're doing, quit YouTube. You know, which is kind of sad. You know, obviously, the more people that are in this, the better. You know, yeah, you know, it's part of the reason I got so worked up about the MCN stuff, because I felt that it was going to hurt you know, the community, and I would hate to see that, because there were just so many awesome people in the YouTube community. So beyond that, another thing I did want to touch on is Twitch.tv. I know that there's a lot of you guys that really enjoy watching me stream games, and I will be streaming more for sure. I think you guys have probably noticed by now I've been streaming more randomly, but I'm going to be getting a schedule set up, and here's what I'm thinking. It's going to be 3 times a week. It's going to be about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. That's what I'll schedule for. Now, occasionally it might go longer, and I've been known to sometimes stream for 4+ hours. And if that happens, awesome. But I'd like to be able to at least give myself a cutoff point where if, you know, I got videos to edit, or I'm feeling tired that day, I can, you know, at least comfortably say, hey, you know what, this is what we're scheduled for, this is when we're going to end, you know, I'll see you guys at the next stream. And because otherwise, you know, one of the hardest things for me when I'd stream is I just wouldn't know when to stop. And, and then it would interfere with my YouTube channel. And yeah, you know, Twitch unfortunately doesn't, you know, pay nearly like, or it doesn't pay as well as YouTube when it comes to, you know, views and stuff, and you got to remember to run your ads and, you know, stuff like that. I'm always bad about running ads. I screw myself over, unfortunately, because I keep, you know, I always forget to run ads, and you know, and then there's the Twitch subscriber thing, which is awesome. You know, but I don't have a ton of Twitch subs. I've got the sub button, but I don't have, you know, enough to make it anywhere near comparable to YouTube. So, you know, if you guys do enjoy watching me stream, and you know, you want to support me there, by all means, I welcome you to, you know, to subscribe using that button. Now, obviously, subscriptions on Twitch are different. It's actually a way to financially support your content creator. It you know, costs $5 a month. But then you get chat icons and stuff. The more subs I have, the more icons I can make. And when I hit the, you know, next milestone, I'll definitely give you guys, you know, an opportunity to give me some suggestions as to what you guys would like to see for sub icons and everything. But right now I've already got, like, I think 5, and including one of my dog and one of my ohm symbol. You can use those anywhere. I would love to see my dog show up in more Twitch channels, because he's an awesome little guy. And yeah, so I would like to get that set up again. You know, I'm thinking 3 times a week, about 1.5 to 2 hours, you know, per session. And I will make a video discussing the details of that once I, you know, iron things out. So stay tuned for that. And feel free to let me know in the comments, guys, what, you know, what kind of works for you scheduling-wise. You know, what days and what times you think are best. I was kind of thinking about trying to build it around Minx's schedule. Her, you know, her stream with Prism. I was kind of thinking about making it maybe after her stream, or maybe some days before. So let me know if you think that would fit for you guys. Where, you know, would you want me to lead into her, where, you know, my stream would end when her starts, or would you want me to maybe start mine when she ends? You know, let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate some feedback on that. And then finally, I've got a bunch of your questions, and I'll put them on the screen here really quick, and you know, just kind of go over some of these. I got them, you know, just a whole bunch of people. I'll try to read out everyone's name as I go through them, but this was the bulk of them. If I missed anybody, I sincerely apologize. I tried to grab as many questions as I could, and I tried to avoid dupes as best as I could, but I think I got a couple dupes in there. But here we go. I do want to give you guys the opportunity to ask me things. One thing that I usually try to shy away from is stuff that's, you know, more on the, like, super personal level. Like, there's some things I just prefer to not discuss. I'm sure you guys, you know, there's other YouTubers out there that are kind of the same way. And, you know, it's not so much that, yeah, it just, you know, I like to have some privacy. And I hope you guys can understand that. So for some of those questions that were, you know, very, very personal, if it didn't show up here, that's probably why. But I do appreciate reaching out either way. And feel free to send me more questions on the road, especially when I hit that 100K milestone. I'll be doing another Q&A. So I'll put out a tweet when it comes, and or when we're getting close, and we'll do another one of these. But okay, so here we go. Rain, I think that is Rain, or at Rainfall, asked me, if you were to name your fan base, what would they be called? And congrats, I'm proud to be part of that 85K. Well, Rain, you know, for a while, when I first started doing this, I referred to, God, my voice. I referred to my viewers as Ohmies. I thought it was a clever play on Ohmwrecker, and, you know, it's kind of like calling people homie, but it was Ohmie. You know, there's a whole bunch of different nicknames I've heard, not just from you guys, but from other YouTubers. There's Ohm Boys and Ohm Girls, you know, and I like Ohmies. Feel free to leave me, you know, your suggestion in the comments as well. If you've got a special little name that you guys think I should call all of you, all of my supporters and subscribers and everything, what would you guys like to be called? If, you know, you know, because I'm open to it. Like I said at the start, it was Ohmies, and I didn't really say it so much in my videos, but I'm totally cool with, like, creating you know, a community around, you know, a name. I would totally love to do that. Another thing I want to do is, I know that people do ask for face cams and stuff. I've thought about doing, you know, essentially creating an icon that's somewhat representative of myself, kind of like how Minx, you know, she has her character, which, you know, I'm told has some similarities to what she looks like. Although, you know, I'm not going to say that's exactly what she looks like. I don't know. I've never met her, but I believe, like she said, her hair color and stuff that's very similar, and you know, stuff like that. I've thought about doing the same, and there have been some you know, some people that have tweeted artwork at me and stuff. I've been thinking about getting you know, people who do that involved potentially in helping me kind of create you know, the Ohmwrecker icon, the character, you know, to represent me. You know, where, you know, kind of like Cry has his little guy, and Minx has hers. I've really, you know, I'm wanting to do something like that. So we'll see about that. But anyway, to get back to your question. Yeah, I'm open to hearing your suggestions, and Ohmies or Ohm Boys and Ohm Girls, stuff like that. I like, but let me know what you think in the comments. All right, Magira, I think that's how you say it, or at Megan Clur, I think that is. Yeah, Megan Clur. It says, what was high school like for you? Laid back, hectic, ladies man, nerd, preppy? You know, high school, okay, so this kind of, was something I was starting to think like, hey, is this maybe too personal, for me? But no, I'm okay talking about this. My parents divorced. Their divorce was final right around the time that I started high school. I was just a few months in high school with all my friends and stuff, and I was happy at that school. And when my parents got divorced, the whole family situation kind of broke apart. It wasn't a good time. It was not a good time at all. And I had to move to a new school, and I didn't know anybody. And I showed up, months into the school year, and it was, it wasn't the best situation. The kids were a lot different at the new school. And, I kind of just got more into games, and while I made some friends, I don't know, I for some reason I thought at the time that, like, hey, I can be at this new school and just focus on my old friends and, hang out with them. But realistically, and, looking back, it was kind of the wrong thing to do because, not living near my old friends made things difficult. While I talked to them on the phone a lot and would chat with them and stuff, it just wasn't the same. And over years, friendships kind of weakened and strength, and they were making other friends, and they were hanging out with their other friends a lot, and especially when you can't drive, it was hard for me to see them. So yeah, I kind of, I don't know, it wasn't the best situation. And I could have done things differently, but you know what? That's kind of how life is. You kind of look back on things, and hindsight is 20/20. But the important thing is that I came out perfectly fine, and by the time I was 17, things were much better. It just the first the first few years were pretty rocky, and 17 though, I made a lot of friends. I had a girlfriend, and I was happy, with that. And while family stuff was really chaotic and really unstable, and it was really tough to deal with, I did come through. And like I said, I had very healthy relationships with friends and stuff. And yeah, but I think that's probably as far as I want to go into it right now. I'll share more details with you guys over time. But I've had to deal with some tough stuff, around that time, and yeah, it definitely molded who I am, and it made me determined, I guess you could say, to do the best I can, with everything I do. So yeah, we'll get into that more later. You guys will get to know more and more about me as time goes on. So I hope that was a good enough question for you. Or answer to your question, and let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Alright, so Ed Gustav, how does it feel having minks always kill you whenever a new game starts, I'm guessing you mean, on TTT or Murder? Hashtag Ohmwrecker, or Momwrecker. And that's by @EdGustF. Well, it's something that no matter how many times I tell myself that Minx is going to play nice, she always gets me. And sometimes she'll fool me for a bit, and I think that things are cool, and then she just, I don't know, she's got like homing missiles for me. Even when we play games like Murder, she somehow knows like who I am. I don't know how she does it. But honestly, we're all friends, and I think it's, honestly, I think it's really funny. And it's fine. I'm sure you guys get a kick out of it. So that's what's most important to me, I guess. I'll take some shots from Migs if it brightens up your day. Okay, so Ozzy at PYGSIS Pygsis, I guess. Will you play Hearthstone against your subscribers on a live stream? Yeah, I've done it before. And here's what I'm thinking with the live stream, right? I'm thinking about, trying to find a way to incorporate just general viewers, but I would also like to do sub streams. I'd like to reward also the people that go and do a Twitch subscription, and or use the donation feature via PayPal. Because obviously, those are people that are, literally also sending some financial support to me where, you know, at this point where I am with YouTube and stuff, it means a lot. You know, it really does. So I would like to do that, and at the same time, I know that not everyone can afford to donate or send over $5, you know, a month. And I would like to also do some viewer stuff as well. So stay tuned for that. When we get closer to having a Twitch schedule, I'll definitely share the news with you guys on that. Alright guys, so it turns out I have to actually split this video up into 2 parts because the video ran well over an hour long. And yeah, just for multiple reasons, I think it's going to be best to split. So the second part of the Q&A will be up soon. It will be its own video. And so stay tuned for that if you want to hear more of the Twitter questions answered. And in the meantime, thank you for watching, guys. Thanks again for all of the support, as mentioned. And of course, I'm going to thank you again in the next video. That's where when I did my proper outro. But yeah, thank you so much for helping me get to 85,000. And I appreciate you guys so much. And I can't wait to hit 100,000 with you guys. We're going to do a celebration. I'll probably be doing a key giveaway as well for games. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, I'll see all of you guys next time.